All right, we have WKU head coach Greg Collins and student athlete Whitney Creech. The Lady Toppers advance to play number 1 seed Rice in the semifinals tomorrow at 5:30, and we will begin with a opening statement from Coach.
I was really proud of our effort on the boards and defensively. That's something that it's been a little bit of an Achilles heel for us throughout the season. As we started the season, our offense was clearly ahead of our defense, and we worked throughout the season to get better defensively and rebounding. And we knew that this game, ODU is, they got a lot of really quick players. They do a good job of attacking the glass, and so we were really worried about their ability to out-rebound us. And so I was really proud of our ability to keep them off the boards, even though I felt like it seemed like every offensive rebound went their way. It didn't, in fact, and we ended up with plus 10, I think, rebound advantage, which is not norm for us throughout the season. So I was really proud of our kids and the execution that they had in the game plan.
Do you think the increased rebounding from the guard play in this game was a big impact as far as you guys being able to kind of keep up with ODU and end up winning that rebound battle?
Well, it was huge because a lot of the rebounds aren't around the rim. A lot of the rebounders don't come from around the rim. A lot of the rebounders are coming from the perimeter. And so it was key for our guards to make sure we were boxing those kids out and pursuing the ball. And they still got, 17 offensive rebounds. So that was a big difference in the game, is getting those extra possessions.
We'll have questions for our student athlete. Please raise your hand and we'll get to you. Thank you. In the back.
Whitney, congratulations. You've obviously been through this before. What does it mean to get a chance to advance to play in the semifinals for you for the third season in a row?
It means a lot. The past 2 years we've had success in the tournament, so, we're just trying to continue that trend. We know we just have to take it one game at a time. We just have to focus at our opponent ahead, not worry about that next game, and just stay locked in.
Whitney, you just seem real, for lack of a better phrase, at peace with the way you're playing. And I know we've talked a lot about the transition to point guard. You seem to really have found a comfort zone. Is that the case, and if so, why?
I think it's just the more repetition, just keep on practicing and working at it and getting better. So the more you do it, the more comfort you begin to get at it. So I just think that just getting that reps in that position, you just grow overall. And my coaches do a good job of just kind of telling me what to look for, what to do, and how to be successful.
Whitney, Verneem really had a big game tonight. It seemed like they really didn't have an answer for her inside. Were you guys trying to get the ball in there to her?
Yeah, most definitely. She did a great job inside in the post. So, we're trying to feed her as much as possible so we can get easy baskets around the rim.
On your right.
As he said before, Verneem had a really big first half. How are you guys, you or the team, what did you guys think of doing when adjusting because she got into foul trouble, and what were you thinking of doing in the second half?
Our mindset was just attack the rim. If we couldn't pass it into the post, we wanted to get there off the dribble. So just trying to get towards the rim and get easy baskets.
When you have 4 players finishing double figures, how tough is it? How tough does it make that to beat you guys when you have scoring coming from every different way?
Yeah, I think it makes it extremely tough. You can't just pinpoint one player that you're going to say, I'm going to lock her down, because we have other players who can put the ball in the basket. So I think it makes us very difficult to guard when we have more than one scoring threat.
Whitney, how different is the feeling in the locker room now that you've been able to string together a couple of games where defensively you guys are accomplishing what you wanted to, especially after a year where that was just such a frustrating thing. So, to hear Coach talk about the success today, the MTSU game, just the feeling now defensively.
Yeah, I think we're definitely gaining momentum defensively. I think everybody is kind of taking pride in defense right now. We're excited about playing defense. I think we kind of realize that if we play D, get the rebound, that we can get some easy buckets to get down transition. That's what we like to do. So we know defense, we have to do that in order to get in that transition. So I think everybody's really kind of locking in, staying focused, and getting ready to play defensively.
You mentioned the transition. It felt like a lot of times today that looked easy, whether it was just really long passes that you had or just overall. Do you feel like the transition today worked out about as well as it has?
Yeah, I think this is one of our better games in transition. We worked on it all week, practicing on transition, what we wanted to do when we got the rebound and pushed it in attack. So I think we were very successful in getting the ball out quick, pushing it, and getting easy layups.
All right, we'll let Whitney get back to the locker room, and we will continue with questions for Coach.
Coach Collins, congratulations. And I've got to ask you again, we've talked a lot about how much you love coaching Whit. You heard what I asked her. Do you agree? Do you think she's found a comfort zone with the point guard spot, and so why?
Yes. Well, the thing that Whit has always had, other than being a team player, is a really high basketball IQ. And she just hasn't really grown up in a point guard spot, and so she's growing up now. But really what's changed her and this team on the offensive end and her in that role is when she started being more aggressive to score. Because there was a long stretch through the season where players weren't guarding her. And so now you've got to guard her, and that's a threat. So, and she sees the floor. She's very unselfish. She's fine with having 0 points as long as we win. But when she's a threat to go get 15 points, that really changes the ballgame for us.
Whit was talking about this team as having a pride now in defense with this stretch. To hear a player say that after everything that this team has really fought through, just what does that mean to you?
About time. I felt like we started this at the beginning of the season, trying to catch our defense up. And we've got a lot of players on the positive side that like and can score, and so we really worked hard on the fundamentals of defense. And we got some kids, some international kids that defense is different in international ball than it is in American ball, and so it just takes time. It doesn't happen quickly, and we're coming around. They're talking more, they're communicating more on defense. We're able to fix the mistakes faster. Those mistakes early in the year cost us points, and so now we're getting to those and getting them covered up a lot quicker.
On the right.
And we talked a little bit earlier about the defense and some of the individual performances, but you all put up as a team over 20 points from what ODU was averaging coming into this game. They had the best defense. What did you feel like you were doing offensively as a whole unit to kind of combat one of the best defenses in Conference USA?
Well, the key I felt like going in, and I told them tonight heading in, and I was a little frustrated with some of our shooters at halftime that we were really going to attack the rim. And I didn't care if the ball went on a post entry pass to Raneem or Ram or Jaleesa, or if it was driven, but I wanted the ball to get to the charging arc. I wanted to get to the rim. And that was the key. We were going to try to, and then from that point, I was okay with the inside-outside pass or attack from the three-point line. And what was frustrating at halftime is we had taken, I think we were 1 for 6 or 1 for 7 from the three-point line, and 6 of those were NBA threes, and we didn't make any of them. The only one we made was the one that Merrill made, and she was set right at the three-point line. So we cleaned that up a little bit in the second half, and they shifted to zone, and we got Dee and Alexis both a couple of threes in the corner, and that kind of opened it up a little bit more.
In the back.
Greg, you've got top seed Rice tomorrow now. What are some of the biggest challenges that you're going to face against a team like them?
Well, they change the way you play because of how they play, and they're a very seasoned ball club. They've had a lot of success, obviously, throughout this season. Mulkey changes a little bit inside because Raneem is a big part of our offense, and so Mulkey changes our ability to just throw it inside to Raneem and let her kind of go to work. So we'll have to adjust how we play, and I think we'll do a better job than we did last time we played them. Last time we didn't get off to a good start. Dee got a foul early in the game and kind of took her out of the game a little bit. So I think our players are excited about this opportunity. Rice is clearly deserving of the 1 seed, but we're excited about the opportunity to play them for a chance to advance to the championship.
Last question front.
And then just one more about today's game. You guys ended up shooting, I think, almost 47%. But it seemed like early in the game, it seemed like some players were shooting some air balls on both sides. Was it kind of hard to find the range in just a new and kind of unique environment?
Well, that was the reason our game plan was attack the rim. And sometimes the advantage, even though we have the bye, sometimes the advantage early on in the game is to the team that played the day before. And they have a better feel for the court and the lighting and the rims. And so I knew that if we came out and thought we were going to win from the three-point line, we could come in at halftime and be 1 for 15. And so we wanted to attack the rim. And so it wasn't hard to find the range if you did what we were supposed to do. But sometimes that range is a little bit more difficult if you wanted to shoot that 3 ball right off the bat. So I kind of like where we are right now. I think Alexis and Dee both feel comfortable with the court and where they are. So I think it'll be a little bit different tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.